So let's talk about this, chat. Let's have a quick 20 to 30 minute yap session before the next game. So, in case you were unaware, I made a video last week proposing some changes to Beat League, to change it from focusing on winning with all of the available skins over to getting Mastery 10 on all of the champions. And then I just put that video out and I asked for a bunch of feedback and I got literally hundreds of comments. I did my best to read as many of them as I could. And of course I thought about it on my own, just kind of like mulling it over, and there was some good feedback. There was some very silly feedback as well, but overall I think I have an idea, a basic idea of how I want to handle it. So first things first, the vast majority of people, like it was almost unanimous, vast majority of people were in favor of at least switching it away from skins. So praise be my wallet, I do not have to buy the skins anymore. Thank you. I don't have to put in $100 into this game every month or every other month anymore. So that's good. We're good. I'm free. I can finally play this game a little bit closer to a normal human being again. So that's good. There were people, a lot of people, saying that they weren't sure about me going to Mastery 10. A lot of people were saying, hey, go Mastery 5. I'm going Mastery 10, okay? That's not negotiable. I want to do Mastery 10. That is the achievement thing in the challenges tab. Earn Mastery 10 on different champions. This is what we're going for, basically. Right? Earn Mastery 10 on everybody. We're still going Mastery 10. But I want to reiterate. I mentioned this last time. I want to reiterate. I am not planning on going Mastery 10 in one go. Okay? That's not happening. I would rather eat my own ass than fucking take Yumi from Masteries 1 to Mastery 10 in one go. I'm not doing that, okay? So, like, I'm going to basically do it kind of similar to how I've been doing it, in the sense that I'll play it for a couple streams, and then we'll grind some mastery, and then we'll switch to another champion, okay? Now, here's the thing that I was kind of flip-flopping on. There's two ways that we can go. And to be honest, I'm still not sure which one I'm preferring. I might actually put this to a poll on YouTube, just to get a vibe check. I don't know. But there's two different ways that we can structure it, okay? I need to basically hit a minimum, like set a minimum goal for each champion. So the next champion, if you missed it, the next champion is Cho'Gath, okay? Next champion is Cho'Gath. So I need to be able to hit a minimum goal on each champion before swapping to the next champion, basically. Similar to how Beat League, like in the OG Beat League, it was, you know, win a game with all the skins. But now we have to figure something else out. And there's two main things that I was thinking. A lot of people were saying crazy shit like, oh, yeah, what if you like get a pentakill on the champion, or you get like an S+ on the champion, and I'm like, I can't even consistently get S+ or pentakills on my best champion. What the fuck? Yeah, Yumi pentakill. Yeah, what the fuck do you expect me to do on these champions that I am way less familiar with? So, anyway, it has to be something easy. Something that isn't really, that's more of a device to just space out the games, basically. So, there's two options that I have. I can either do 10 wins, right? So that would keep it close to how we already do Beat League, where it's a set, you know, it's win with all the skins, but now it's just, we just standardize the number of wins with every champion. You know, somewhere, like, it doesn't have to be 10, it could be 5, it could be whatever. 5 to 10 wins is what I'm thinking. A 50% win rate with 5 wins would put me at about 20 games, which is roughly 3 streams. Because I usually play about 6 to 8 games per stream, depending on, you know, how well the games go and how long they are, that kind of thing. So at a 50% win rate, that would put most champions at about 3 streams, which I think is the sweet spot, personally. Because it gives me enough time on the champion to really practice them and kind of get to know them. But it doesn't like make it so that they overstay their welcome. You know, once we start getting too much above 3 streams, I feel like it's kind of like, all right, let's wrap this up. Come on, you know. So I'm not gonna let chat vote on the number of games. We're not doing that. I want it to be a standardized number across all the champions. Just keep it fucking simple, okay? So I'm thinking the number I was thinking was 10 streams. So 10 games. 10 games. 10 wins, I should say. The alternative to that is I can just say 3 streams, right? Wins, losses don't matter. Obviously, I'm still going to be trying to win every game. But I can just have it be 3 streams, which personally I think is more in line with the change to the series anyway, to the mastery focus, because, you know, that just allows me to focus completely on just learning the champion, rather than just, you know, winning or losing on that kind of thing. But I mean, there's pros and cons to it, because obviously if you do it based on wins, it's a little bit more, I think, interesting, because there's drama, right? When things start going south, there's some drama, right? Personally, as a creator, if I had more than 1 fucking day to edit these videos, this wouldn't even be a question. I would just keep it at 10 wins. Because I think that leads to better content. But since I don't really have enough time to edit these videos, right? Like I have to finish the video in a day, basically, and then release it the next day. Otherwise, I'm just not gonna have enough content out to generate enough revenue to justify any of this existence. That's the only reason I'm just like, what's the point? What is it actually giving me in terms of value? Not much. So I'm kind of flip-flopping between 10 wins or 3 streams. I don't know. There's pros and cons to both. You know, if anything, I could try the 3 stream thing, and if it sucks or is boring, then I can just switch it to 10 wins. Or vice versa, I could try the 10 wins thing, and if it's just kind of, I don't know, too annoying, then I can switch it back to switch it to 3 streams. I don't know, man. I will say though, the videos themselves, I was planning on like tracking, like basically at the end of the video, tracking win-loss record, and specifically tracking also the grades that you get at the end of the game. So like the A's and the B's and the S's and all that stuff. I'm gonna be tracking them and maybe trying to like average them and give myself a final score for the stream, and then obviously at the end of the champion I can give myself a final score for the champion. Okay, so yeah, I'm not sure what it's gonna be, 3 streams or 10 wins. I'll maybe make a poll on that, because honestly there's pros and cons to both. So I don't know. We'll figure that out. What we'll basically do, whatever it is, whether it's 3 streams or 10 wins, we will just play them. We will hit the quota, and then once I hit the quota, I will have the option, keyword option, to move on. Now I do want to be allowed to keep playing the champion for an extra stream or 2 if I really like them. So, for example, I would have absolutely been down to play more Azir. When I finished him, I was 100% down to keep playing him. I think Azir was only 1 stream anyway. So, you know. But like, either way, a more recent example, Jinx. I was 100% down to do at least 1 more Jinx stream. You know? But obviously, per the rules, it's time to move on. So, you know, if I really like the champion, I do want to have the option to keep playing them. You know? I won't like drag it out too long. I'd probably only play them for like maybe 1 or 2 streams max, you know, beyond whatever the minimum was. But I want to be able to have fun. Okay? Oh, I should also cover this, because I know a lot of people, I don't know why, there were so many motherfuckers that actually cared about the skin aspect. I don't know why. I genuinely don't know, because I have never, even in the OG series, never really put much of a focus on the skins at all. It was always just a vessel to just, you know, play the game. And a lot of people were suggesting that, hey, can you at least, like, swap between skins, between games? And enough people bitched about it that, okay, fine. On certain champions, I will be willing to do that, okay? So, like, for example, I'm not gonna buy, to be clear, I am not going to buy new skins for any champions unless I enjoy them and I like the skin. I'm not taking skin requests of, hey, can you buy this skin? No, not doing that. I'm gonna fucking play this game as close to like a regular human being as possible, please. So like Cho'Gath, I don't give a single fuck, chat, about any of his skins, okay? Like, none of these really call out to me as something that I really want to play. So, on a champion like Cho'Gath, okay, fine. I can swap between the skins, between games. You know, another example would have been like Lucian, okay? I don't care about Lucian skins. They're all, like, even though this champion is super fun, his aesthetic does not do anything for me. He's just a dude with a gun, or two guns. And all of his skins, to me, are basically just dude with guns. So, okay, I can swap between the Lucian skins when I draw Lucian next. That's fine, okay? Now, there are certain champions who have a skin that is just objectively better than everything else that they have, okay? And I'm just saying, chat, you're not getting me off of these skins, okay? Maybe if they have another skin that isn't terrible, I'd be willing to do like one game on them, mix it up. This isn't bad, yeah. This isn't bad, yeah, but like, most of my time is gonna be on my favorite skin, if I have a favorite skin. Again, I'm going to play this game like a regular human being, preferably. That's kind of how I'm thinking we'll do some of this stuff. Now, your next thought might be, Trin, there are so many champions in this game. How do you ever expect to hit Mastery 10 on any of these champions if they're all on the same wheel? You have one Mastery 10. How the fuck do we do this? Because obviously, in order for any champion to hit Mastery 10, I need to draw them multiple times. And you guys need to pick them multiple times. And with a wheel this big, with this many champions, that is highly unlikely that I'm gonna get the same champion twice. Unless that champion is Kindred. And then you guys will not vote for Kindred every single time, which is hilarious to me. But outside of Kindred, it's very unlikely that I get the same champion multiple times. But chat, if we use our big brains, we already have a wheel that is significantly smaller, okay? That we've been gradually adding champions to, that we really enjoy. So, what I'm thinking is, what we'll do is every other champion will basically just alternate between the wheels, okay? So I will, obviously, Cho'Gath, I drew on this wheel. So after Cho'Gath, after we finish Cho'Gath, for the first time ever, we'll roll on the fun wheel. And this is obviously a much more focused wheel. A lot of these champions I already have some mastery on. Not all of them. I think there's some champions on here like I know, well, Aphelios is on here. I don't have much mastery with him. Kiana is on here. I've only played her like once or twice. Silas, right? So there's some champions on here that I have some pretty low mastery, but most of them I've played a good chunk of. Yes, it's still gonna be, we'll do the roll 3 pick 1 as usual, but it'll be roll 3 on the fun wheel, and then you guys will pick one, and then after that we'll go back to the main wheel, and then we'll just alternate. Yeah, it'll still take a long time. I mean, that's by design. I want to clarify this, chat. Again, okay? Let me get it nice and close so you fully understand. The goal is not to actually complete the challenge, but to have content forever. Chat room. I don't give a shit if I ever
complete this.
Okay? I don't care if I ever complete this. Realistically speaking, I won't. That's fine. But I think this way we'll get a good mix of bouncing between champions that I don't enjoy or that I'm unfamiliar with and champions that I am much more familiar with, right? So, what I'm also going to do, I haven't done it yet. I need to actually go through and do it sometime off stream. But what I'll do is I'll actually go through this wheel, and any champion that is on the fun wheel, I will remove them from the main wheel and vice versa. So basically a champion can only ever be on one wheel. Okay, so like Yone is on this wheel, I will go and remove Yone from this wheel, and Yone will just be on the fun wheel. Also, I'm gonna go ahead and remove Yasuo from both wheels. I don't really need Yasuo on either wheel, especially since I'm planning to keep playing ranked. And let's be real, chat. Let's be honest with ourselves. The ranked series is already me just mastering Yasuo anyway. Let's be real here. I gotta be honest with myself. I'm already just playing Yasuo in ranked, so I don't really need him on either of these wheels. So I think doing it this way will give us a good mix of champions, basically. And then basically once I hit Mastery 10 on any champion, we'll just take them off of the wheel for good, and we'll just keep it going until I fucking get sick of this, or don't need to do it anymore, or whatever, or you guys get sick of it. We'll just keep it going until it doesn't work anymore. Alright? I think that's basically everything I wanted to cover. Yeah, the champions don't get removed until they get Mastery 10. We'll alternate between the discovery wheel, I guess, and the fun wheel, and then eventually, slowly but surely, we'll get these champions to Mastery 10. It'll probably still take a long time, because I actually counted the other day. I think there's like 40 champions on this wheel right now. 30 or 40, I can't remember. Because there's a lot more fun champions than I was expecting here. But, you know, we'll hit Mastery 10 on these champions eventually, and then we'll remove them. So yeah, that's basically what I'm thinking. So we'll probably start up Cho'Gath either this week or next week, depending on, I guess, how well the next couple games go and what rank I end up. If I end up close to Gold 2, then maybe I'll try and play off stream and see if I can get into Gold 2 for the next stream, but we'll see. So yeah, any questions? Are we redoing the champions? Well, technically, I never finished any of those champions. I only have one Mastery 10, chat. So yes, everybody that I drew in the run back. Oh, the name! I should probably talk about that, but first, yeah, everybody that I drew in the run back, none of them are Mastery 10. So yes, we will be doing Samira again. We will be doing Fizz again. We will be doing Draven again, and Riven again, and Lilia, and everybody that I drew. They're all gonna go back on the wheel. They will all go back on the wheel, and they will stay on the wheel until we actually hit Mastery 10 with them. They're gonna go on a respective wheel. So, okay, that's a good question. So, like, Samira is on the fun wheel. She's gonna stay on the fun wheel. Same with Draven. Same with, I think, Fizz, obviously, is on there. Lilia. You know, the champions that I enjoyed that were either already on the fun wheel or were added to the fun wheel after I finished them, they're gonna stay on the fun wheel. I think I'll also go back and add some of the champions that I was... Like Draven, I think I didn't add to the fun wheel specifically because of the skin thing, but that's no longer a problem. So Draven will be on the fun wheel. So they will be on the fun wheel. But like Hecarim, for example, I don't give a fuck about this champion, bro. I don't necessarily want to play Hecarim again. It wasn't terrible, but so he'll go on the regular wheel, you know? Same with, I think Cassiopeia's there. I think Rengar was on the regular wheel as well, if I remember correctly. I honestly can't remember. I'd have to go back. I can't even remember who I drew. But basically, if they belong on the fun wheel, they'll go on the fun wheel. If they don't belong on the fun wheel, they'll go on the regular wheel. But yes, the name. People were attached to the Beat League name, so I guess I'll keep the Beat League name. It'll still be Beat League, I guess. We'll just keep it like that. But I guess I'll change it from Runback to probably like Reborn. Beat League Reborn or something. I don't know. Beat League Reborn or Beat League Mastery. Beat League Remastered is also fine. Honestly, it doesn't even really matter if I'm being honest. It'll either be Reborn, Remastered, or Mastery or something. We'll see. Beat League Prestige, no. Vetoed. Beat League Exod Rev 2. I'm thinking Reborn is on brand though. Beat League Reborn is probably on brand. So, but yeah, I think that basically, I think that covers it. I think that covers everything I wanted to talk about. So yeah, for now, the only thing that that is still kind of up in the air is if it's going to be 10 wins or 3 streams. You guys seem to be in favor of 10 wins. I think 3 streams is too harsh of a hard cutoff. I think 4 or 5 streams is a more understandable cutoff. 3 streams, like, you have to understand 3 streams is going to be the average, ideally. 3 streams is ideally going to be the average, because that's also the logic behind the 3 streams number was that I already kind of learned the champions in that way. So like what I'll do, before I pick up any new champion, I spend very little time in the training tool. I will just go into the training tool, check their ranges, read their tooltips, and that's about it. Figure out a build, that's about it. And then the first stream, that's obviously going to be the stream where I am kind of familiarizing myself with the champion, and I'm making the most mistakes. And that's just how it goes, because I'm not going to like sit there and watch hours of fucking guides for each champion and all that shit. And then the second stream is where I will be able to learn from the mistakes that I made in stream 1, because, you know, I still have to like edit the video. So I'm looking at my own gameplay anyway, and I can usually pick out like, oh hey, that was stupid. I fucked up there, you know? And then I can apply those lessons in the second stream, or try to apply those lessons in the second stream. And usually the third stream, by the third stream, I am fairly comfortable on the champion. And it's just a matter of, okay, what can we do here? So that was the logic behind the 3 streams. Maybe we could do like a hard cut off of like 4 or 5 streams. I guess that doesn't sound too bad. Like a hard limit of, okay, if I can't win 10 games in 5 streams, I'm moving on. Yes, that's also a good point. Switching to the mastery system means that if my champion gets picked or banned, it's not a wasted game anymore, because I can just pick another champion that is in Mastery 10, which is everybody for now, basically, except for one champion. I can just pick another champion in that role, and then we can just play that champion. I'm not gonna like pick multiple champions ahead of time, because that's gonna be hard to keep track of. A pain in the ass as well. So I will just personally choose a champion in that moment. That'll also be really nice, especially for some of the high ban rate champions like Caitlyn or whatever. That's gonna be annoying as hell when I inevitably draw Caitlyn, trying to get her, because she gets banned a lot because she's a bitch. You know, you guys can just type in chat like, hey, pick this one, and you know, obviously, preferably it's gonna be a champion that I've already played a little bit, because I'm not gonna have time to like read a bunch of tooltips and figure out a build and stuff. So it's probably gonna be like, if Cho'Gath gets banned, I'm probably gonna pick someone like Darius or Set or someone that I'm familiar with, you know? That way I'm not, you know, going in completely blind. I don't want to be first timing a champion in those kinds of situations, because that's just gonna be really annoying. But yeah, I think that about covers it. We'll probably do 10 wins. Honestly, the 10 wins with a hard cutoff sounds decent. But I'll wait until we see the comments on the video to see if people have an opinion on that over there, and then we'll figure it out by Cho'Gath by that stream, and then we'll go from there. So to recap, we're switching to the mastery thing. We'll draw a champion on the regular wheel, and then we'll probably play until we get about 10 wins, or a max of like 4 or 5 streams. If I want to keep playing the champion after I've gotten my 10 wins, I will keep playing them. After I have done the champion, then I will swap to the other wheel. So after the regular wheel, we'll go to the fun wheel, and then we'll go back to the regular wheel, and then we'll just alternate between those two until we have a champion at Mastery 10, at which point I will remove them from the wheel. Hopefully, I will be in a spot by the time I get my first Mastery 10 where I can afford to spend more than a fucking day on the video so that I can actually cook you something decent. Because I would prefer, personally, I would strongly prefer the Mastery 10 videos to be special. I would prefer to be able to cook. Okay? Actually add a little bit of seasoning. Some sauce. Mayhaps some side dishes. You know? I want you to be eating good, chat. But we'll see. So yeah, chat, I think that's basically it. I think I've yapped enough.